The weather. It gives us life, and it takes it away.
The tornado has touched down.
You can't do anything.
It is a thing of staggering beauty and a destructive force, killing thousands every year.
The windows all blew out.
The whole thing's gone.
Holy crap.
It was the end.
It is gone. The building is gone.
And our warmer atmosphere is extra energy for our weather to unleash upon us.
Oh my God!
We meet the people who came face to face with Mother Nature and filmed it.
I've been fighting it for an hour.
I'm gonna sick to my stomach.
Holy! I just lost my house.
We hear firsthand how these people survived.
Oh my God! Get in the house!
He's alive. He's alive.
It's pretty much the end of humanity.
I was really convinced I would die.
Using their incredible self-shot footage, we stare straight into the eye of the storm. And witness up close the sheer force of nature.
Oh my God! Look at that! Oh, Jesus! Everybody take cover now!
Coming up in this episode, America's deadliest tornado in 60 years tears through Joplin, Missouri. A flash flood rages through the German town of Braunsbach.
The Feuerwehr!
And a man is shipwrecked underwater for 3 days.
He's alive. He's alive.
Finally, we seek out some holiday weather. Turned deadly.
And a report of a tornado on the ground. On the ground, that's right. There is a report of a tornado. A tornado has touched down in the city of Joplin. The city is traveling.
On the 22nd of May, 2011, America's deadliest tornado in 60 years tore through the city of Joplin. Hours before the tornado, the people of Joplin were enjoying an ordinary Sunday afternoon. Terry Edens was working as an ER nurse at St. John's Hospital.
The sun was shining. There was families walking around the walking trail at the park, and overall just a beautiful day. But the air was heavier than normal. It was like difficult to breathe.
3 miles west of Joplin, a giant thunderstorm was twisting into a monster tornado and carving east towards the city.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, I see it. See it there. Big tornado.
Big tornado.
At 5:17 p.m., municipal alarms began sounding. Property manager Colby McGehee had just moved to Joplin. This was his first tornado. He had no idea what to expect.
I wasn't at all aware of what tornadoes were or what a tornado siren was, so I got quite the introduction to one. First time I heard a tornado siren was actually when I was in a tornado.
20 minutes after the alarms, the tornado ripped into Joplin. The St. John's Hospital took a terrible hit.
We were all standing around in our patient rooms taking care of our patients, and a security guard came running in through those ambulance bay doors, and he said, "Everybody take cover, there's a tornado coming."
It sucked out 1,200 windows and destroyed the hospital from the inside out. Next, it smashed through the southern suburbs. Sean Lemieux and his wife were visiting friends with their 2-year-old son.
Come on, let's go, Doug.
They had no storm shelter, so all 5 of them, including the little boy, were hiding in the bathroom.
Adria! Get in here! Get in the bathroom!
Doug, come on. Okay, son. Gee, right. Ow.
Oh my God.
You guys okay? We're all right. All right.
Every minute, the 200-mile-per-hour winds obliterated 200 more houses. 10 minutes later, the edge of the storm hit the Conway Truck Warehouse, where Vincent Dudley was a mechanic.
We closed the doors. We felt the wind start to push on the door, and it was bowing in on us. So then we went down inside of the oil change pit. We just told each other to hold on and hope for the best.
The roof was ripped clean off the building.
Oh, man!
The door was blown in. Landing on top of the pit, it became their only protection from above. At the same time, East Middle School got a direct hit. The security cameras reveal what it was like inside. If it hadn't been the weekend, all these rooms would have been filled with pupils and teachers. At 6:12 p.m., the tornado left town and blew itself out, but 25% of the city of Joplin was now destroyed. Sean Lemieux and their friends were among tens of thousands of people emerging from their homes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We have no house left. None. The whole thing's gone. Oh my God. Well, look at the houses.
All over the city, people were shell-shocked.
Cars tore up. Never seen anything like this before.
I grew up around here my whole life. I've lived here my whole life, and I didn't know where I was at. I couldn't tell one street from the next street. I had a hard time navigating through the city because I didn't recognize anything. I didn't know where any buildings were at.
Colby McGehee was driving round town in disbelief.
It's basically like a scene out of a movie when a bomb goes off.
Of the 160 people killed and the 1,150 injured, over half of them were in their homes. Some vehicles were flung over 330 feet, and others were never found. Even the tarmac was lifted off the ground in places. Unbeknown to Colby, hundreds of people were still trapped inside this shopping center.
Going through that Walmart and seeing cars with the sheet metal on their door peeled up and off of the actual door, I couldn't process what force could have caused that.
You need a ride?
We're gonna see if our car is still there.
Yeah.
But
This is the Walmart here? Yeah. Do you need a ride somewhere?
No. I'm just gonna see if my car, it should be right over here.
All right.
And I remember driving through and people whose homes were hit, them already cleaning up. Like, they were kind of zombies. A dazed look. There was these blank looks. And I remember this elder gentleman whose home was brick, and I remember him stacking bricks already, just an hour after the tornado, just like, well, I don't know what else to do besides pick up the pieces. I was in complete shock. I was trying to process what I was seeing, and it didn't make any sense.
It was like somebody just wiped it out. Just took an eraser on the whiteboard and just erased it. It was not comforting at all.
St. John's Hospital was destroyed, killing 6 patients, but hundreds more needed urgent treatment.
We went and looked out the ambulance bay doors to see how extensive it was, and all you could see was there was at least 150 people walking up to the hospital, looking to us for help, and we didn't have necessarily, had to hunt and find what we needed to take care of them. And there I would reference a horror movie.
With no power and darkness falling, they had to improvise.
We were operating and working under flashlights, our cell phones. We used a lot of our cell phones with the glow of the screen, and that was all that we had. At that time, it just seemed so overwhelming, the work that was going to have to be done to put it back right.
Rebuilding 10,000 homes, shops, offices, and the hospital has taken 4 years and cost $3 billion, making this the world's most expensive tornado. From the alluring EF0s to the killer EF5s.
Look at this devastation.
Tornadoes, known as cyclones in the Far East, are the fastest, most violent and destructive winds on the planet.
Never seen anything like this before.
These vertical vortices of air can reach speeds of 300 miles per hour and flatten concrete buildings.
We are in a tornado! We are in the tornado! We are in the tornado!
But why do they form? And where are the danger zones?
Oh my God!
Tornadoes occur on every continent on the planet, except Antarctica. But they're most common in Tornado Alley in Midwest America, stretching from North Texas to South Dakota. The peak of the tornado season, from April to June, is when 5 key ingredients come together, more often here than anywhere else in the world. First, cool, dry air from the west comes over the Rockies and meets warm, wet air coming up from the Caribbean. Then, giant thunderstorms form where these 2 air currents meet. These storms encounter lift from the mountains, the warm, wet air, and shear, which are differing wind speeds at different heights. These rotate the storm and roll it into giant horizontal cylinders of rising air and falling rain. They are now supercell storms, and they can be 10 miles high. Finally, the horizontal roll itself twists in rising and falling air currents. One end is sent skyward, while the other touches down, and we have a tornado. It is fueled by warm, humid air shooting up through the tunnel, and it'll carry on twisting until it runs out. In 2013, the crew of a tugboat lost their battle against the storm, 12 miles off the coast of Nigeria. The drag of an oil tanker in large swells flipped the boat and sunk it with 12 crew. 3 days later, professional diver Nico van Heerden was looking for dead bodies.
There you go. So it's gone. Is it gone? Okay, keep going. Clap it, clap it.
I'm a commercial diver in the oil and gas industry, so I've never done anything like it before. Recovering the bodies was something out of everyone's comfort zone.
The tugboat was upside down on the seabed, 100 feet under the water.
We took a couple of bodies out there, checked through all the doors, all the rooms, one by one going through inside, they're checking if anyone's inside. And now I've located a stairway.
Okay, so have you come...
They had 3 bodies left to recover, and they were just entering the bottom deck of the ship.
Walking on the ceiling, yeah? Okay. What's that? Oh, okay. Shit, that's horrible. All right, you found one, yeah? He's alive. He's alive. Okay, keep him there. Keep him there. All right. Just. All right. All right. Just hold him there, okay? Just keep him there.
Well, I dropped into my shoes there. I can't even explain to you how I felt then.
60 hours after the sinking, no one expected any survivors.
All right, just reassure him, pat him on the shoulder.
Harrison O'Kaney was the ship's cook and had somehow survived in this tiny pocket of air for almost 3 days.
I was crying at the same time. I'm so excited that I've seen a diver, that I believe that I'm going to survive.
Waiting in the pitch black, he heard his shipmates stop calling for help, one by one.
Nobody could hear me. So I was there and I keep praying. I keep on praying, singing songs. So I tried to get out of the boat more than 10 times, and I was like getting weak. If death wants to come, let it come, because I've tried my best.
From the basket, he can take the airline in there. Calm down, my friend, calm down.
No one had ever survived in an underwater wreck this long, but he was virtually out of air and could drop dead at any moment.
You can see that even him, he's very disorientated. If you look at him, the way that he's breathing, you can see that it's very difficult for him to maintain a normal breathing rate.
The air was full of carbon dioxide and therefore poisonous, and they had no spare breathing apparatus.
Looks like the CO2 is going to be killing him, eh? Yeah. Okay, CO2.
No one had planned for this, and fetching the spare mask and oxygen took an hour. Harrison had no choice but to wait and hope.
If you allow the tension to come inside you, you die quick. But if you remain calm, you could control the situation.
Harrison's survival was still in the balance. He had drunk just half a can of soda in 3 days. He even worried that they must have thought he was a ghost.
So he was afraid. He was thinking I'm a ghost in his mind. And that is why he brought the water. I should drink it. And he was looking at me. He was afraid.
Shift the umbilical around. Shift it. Okay.
Let's have a one. Slowly, my friend. You got it, man? Slowly.
The equipment arrived, and Harrison's life depended on making his first ever dive. But he was so delirious, he couldn't even sit upright.
The helmet was so heavy in me, I couldn't raise my head up.
What's your name? Harrison.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Harrison. My name is Colby. Okay, and I'm going to bring you home, okay? What is your rank? You're the cook?
Yes, sir.
They always survive.
The ship was upside down, so they made their way down 2 floors before emerging into the open sea.
Doing a very good job, my friend.
They had to reach the diving bell 30 feet away, but Harrison was becoming less and less responsive.
Harrison, are you holding the green rope, yeah?
My friend, this one. Hold on.
Harrison, hold the green rope.
This one.
Yeah. Take his hand. Hold his umbilical, pull him towards you, please. Grab his umbilical, please, and pull it down. Hey?
He's passed out.
Oh, is he passed out?
Yeah, up on his umbilical.
Up on his umbilical. Pull him.
I'll tell you.
Pull him. Open his onboard gas. Open all the onboard gases to the bellman. Open his free flow.
It was now a race against time to get him into the diving bell.
Oh, no, he's alive. All right, stick his head in. How are you feeling, Harrison? All right, very good. You scared me there.
As soon as he was inside, Harrison wanted to know where his other crewmates were.
We had to tell him that we haven't found anyone else. And then while we were going up, we started crying. It was so sad.
All right.
So when he told me you are the only survivor, I started crying because I didn't believe it.
Get him to sit down, okay? Give him some water, please.
All the others had perished, but by surviving for 3 days underwater, Harrison had made maritime history.
In my personal opinion, if it was me and I was trapped there, I would have probably drowned trying to get out.
And he is now training to be a professional diver.
I was rescued. I have to rescue somebody someday. So that's why I want to go back to the diving profession.
For Nico, this dive went from the most traumatic to the most rewarding of his life.
I'm just glad that I've got a friend in Harrison, because there's a bond between us that is, I mean, if you save someone's life, there's not much better than that.
Deadly weather can ruin your life, but sometimes it just ruins your holiday. These poor holiday makers find out what happens when holiday weather gets bad and downright ugly. Imagine being on your night flight, dreaming of a warm beach, and you get woken by this. Yes, apparently lightning can strike a plane. Each aircraft is struck every 2 years on average. These guys in summer clothes and an open-sided Jeep have been gold panning. 10 minutes ago, the weather was a balmy 32 degrees Celsius. Now it has plunged to 10 degrees. The winds are 45 miles per hour, and there's a hailstorm. New holiday rule: if you hire a Jeep, take the sides with you. Taking a holiday in unfamiliar mountains can be a risky business. This group in the Argentinian Andes have no idea of the danger they are in. They think they are crossing a harmless small stream. Then the guide hears a ground-shaking rumble. For the walkers on the far side of the gully, it's a very near miss. Hurtling at 50 miles an hour, the mudslide gathers rock and speed, but luckily no walkers on this occasion. There was actually a telltale clue. The banks of the gully are wet from a previous mudslide, so you shouldn't really go anywhere near them, and it's definitely not the time to trip over. Trekking in the Indian foothills of the Himalayas should be a zen, tranquil experience, but not always. The boulder weighs a bone-crushing 15 tons. They must have good karma, because if it had fallen just a few seconds earlier, it would have been a one-way ticket to Nirvana. Lots of us love a skiing holiday, and these two adrenaline junkies are making an extreme snowboarding video. They succeed, but not in the way they intended. With his opening jump, the snowboarder in blue sets off an avalanche directly into his friend, the cameraman. The avalanche grows and submerges him. The only way out is to swim upwards, but he has a snowboard on his feet. On the surface, the snowboarder in blue is frantically looking for his friend.
Where's Jono? Where's Jono?
Luckily, Jono manages to dig his way out, but he probably needs a break from filming. Greenland offers a fantastic global warming themed attraction, watching the 100-foot-high glaciers collapse into the sea. This is a near-perfect example. It's an incredible video opportunity.
Wow.
But that wall of water is moving mighty fast. Yeah, I'd probably move now.
Wow.
Seriously. Oh dear. Luckily, everyone survived to tell the tale. And it did make a great shot. Not many people can have claimed to have surfed an ice tsunami. Joy to terror in under a second.
Wow.
So next time you have bad holiday weather, just be grateful that you're not under an avalanche, a mudslide, in frozen hair, or being struck by lightning. Coming up, a flash flood rages through the German town of Braunsbach.
The Feuerwehrauto!
A Fedex driver is stuck outside in an explosive tornado. And we discover what makes tornadoes so powerful and so destructive. "24 hours ago, Braunsbach was one of the most beautiful towns in southwest Germany. It was known as the Pearl of Kokkertal, but in just 4 hours, it was turned into a disaster zone, with the worst flood in its 1,000-year history. The disaster began to unfold the previous afternoon, 35 miles upriver in Schwäbisch Gmünd. A storm front moving slowly through Central Europe dropped a month's worth of rain in 2 hours. The flat, wide streets of Schwäbisch Gmünd began to fill up.
Ey, ist der verrückt? Oh Gott, ist der dumm. Der ist doch verrückt. Okay, und? Und tschüss, jetzt ist er weg. Und er schwimmt. Ja, kann man so blöd sein, du Depp!
Driving into a deep flood is a terrible idea. Cars can be carried away like toy boats. Luckily, this car and the people in it come to no harm.
Sachen gibt's. Das kommt doch nicht mehr raus. Sachen gibt's. Der kommt nicht mehr raus. Auto ist weg. Alter, ist der kaputt? Da sind doch Kinder drin, oder?
But just nearby, parked cars were already being picked up and swept downstream. By 6 p.m., the river Schwäbisch Gmünd had gathered speed and shoots down the narrowing valley. At 7 p.m., the torrent of water hit Braunsbach. For the residents here, there was no warning at all.
The Feuerwehrauto!
Nix, Fernseher haben wir geschaut. Und dann auf einmal ist der Fernseher ausgegangen. Dann haben wir zum Fenster rausgeschaut. Dann haben wir gesehen, dass der Bach hoch ist. Aber es war die Flut da.
Across the street in Hotel Lauen, Heike and Thomas had 12 guests and staff to get to safety.
Mein Vater meinte, okay, wir müssen jetzt alle nach oben, weil dann kam es schon zur Wirtschaft rein. Die haben noch versucht, die Türe zuzuhalten, aber es ging einfach nicht mehr. Dann kam schon der erste Sonnenschirm, das Fenster rein. Ja. Gäste waren auch noch da, die gegessen haben noch. Und ab dem Zeitpunkt, als der Sonnenschirm dann reinkam, haben wir gemerkt, okay, jetzt ist vorbei. Ich bin nach hinten, weil ich konnte vorne nichts angucken.
This was their view from an upstairs room, stranded with 12 guests and staff. As this floating fire engine shows, even the emergency services were helpless. Just upstream, 80-year-old Hugo had to escape his ground floor flat.
Also es war ein Rauschen, ein großes Rauschen. Und dann ist schon Wasser zur Kellertür reingekommen. Und die haben wir versucht zuzumachen, ist nicht gegangen. Dann konnte man nicht mehr hinten rein, war alles voll mit Wasser. Das ist gekommen vielleicht in 5 Minuten, 10 Minuten ist alles kaputt gewesen.
He joined his daughter upstairs, but the flood raged on through the night. Their biggest fear was that the building would collapse.
Und wir haben nach den Nachbarn geschaut. Bei Nachbarn hat das halbe Haus gefehlt. Und dann haben wir geschaut, wo die sind. Wir haben mit der Taschenlampe rübergeleuchtet zu Nachbars. Und dann haben die mit der Hand gewunken. Und dann wussten wir halt, die leben noch. Wen kommen Sie? Kommen Sie überhaupt? Oder wen kommen Sie? Und so war das. Man kann nichts tun.
Back in the center of town, the young mayor, Frank Harsh, was stranded helpless in his office.
I came to the telephone, back to the telephone. I phoned the police, but there was no connection. It was not possible. There was nothing. So in this moment I was alone.
Even the mayor was unable to do anything. As the sun rose on Monday morning, the water was draining, but Thomas could see the damage for the first time.
Am nächsten Tag, ich habe eine Stunde geschlafen, am nächsten Tag bin ich aufgestanden, bin rausgegangen und habe das gesehen. Und ganz wenig Leute waren da, also nur Braunsbacher waren da. Es waren vom Haus sehr viel Geröll, sehr viel Berge von Geröll. Und wir haben nur die Leute angeguckt in die Augen und ich habe geheult. Also es kam erst ein Tag später. Oder eine Stunde später, weil eine Stunde habe ich nur geschlafen. Und dann kam alles rein.
With the water gone, emergency services could finally reach the town. Werner Vogel coordinated the 200-person relief effort.
The disaster in Braunsbach is the greatest disaster I ever seen in my career.
They focused on helping the very old and the very young, but the rescuers also had a grimmer task on their minds.
When I arrived, and see this disaster, I thought many people are dead, and in this moment you feel nothing. You think what you can do and do this what you have learned in your job.
The flood was still over 7 foot in places, and divers were dispatched to look for bodies under the debris. Incredibly, in a town of 2,500 people, the only casualties were 2 dogs. The buildings survived less well. The water simply washed away many structural walls. 15 of the many homes and businesses were condemned because they were unsafe. Heike and Thomas's hotel, which has been in Heike's family since 1880, may also need to be knocked down.
In dem Moment waren wir natürlich geschockt. Wir haben überlegt, wie viel Arbeit es gemacht hat, das alles so aufzubauen. Wir hatten auch erst renoviert.
Hugo's house, that he built with his wife 16 years ago, will survive, but he has lost a lifetime's worth of belongings.
Für mich fängt praktisch ein anderes Leben an. Die ganzen alten Sachen sind weg. Ich muss neu aufbauen.
And the mayor has set himself a deadline to restore Braunsbach to being the Pearl of Cockertal.
We will get a new Braunsbach in 3 years. I promise it.
Will he make it? Only time will tell. Tornadoes generate the fastest and deadliest winds in the world. But just how fast and how deadly do they get? They are so strong that measuring their speed on the ground is impossible.
This one is violent.
Instead, we have the enhanced Fujita, or EF scale, which estimates the wind based on the damage caused.
Oh my God.
EF0 tornadoes will break branches on trees and will have winds of 65 to 85 miles per hour. Ep1s will overturn mobile homes, break glass windows, and blow winds up to 110 miles per hour. Ef2s are significant tornadoes that rip roofs clean off houses and lift cars off the ground with winds up to 135 miles per hour. Ef3s destroy entire walls of houses and overturn trains. Wind speed up to 165 miles per hour. Ef4s are violent. They destroy homes but leave some walls still standing, with winds up to 200 miles per hour.
Wow, bro. Are there people in there?
Ef5s flatten homes completely, condemn steel reinforced structures,
Unbelievable. Look at the houses.
and throw cars over a mile. But, mercifully, they only hit inhabited areas every few years. On the 23rd of February 2016, a rare tornado entered the American town of Paintcourtville, Louisiana. Tornadoes are a novelty in the Deep South, and this one was filmed by local Fedex driver, Kyra Johnson.
Look at that. You really can't see it, but I can actually see the move in the gray clouds. Then the rain just come all of a sudden. Tornado watch. Bye, boo.
It's a small, close community, and Kyra had a package to deliver that day to the local hardware store, owned by David Sagona.
I have never seen a tornado, much less been in one, ever in my life, in my 41 years of living.
But up close, this tornado is not so cute, and within minutes it was sweeping towards David's store.
The electricity went off and on a couple times, and then we had an alert over our phone for a tornado watch. Take shelter immediately. And probably within about a minute, they always say you hear a train. Well, I heard about 10 trains coming our way. You could just hear the rumbling. We all took shelter in a bathroom and an office downstairs. I think we had 5 or 6 of us in the bathroom. During the time of the storm, all I could really hear was one of my employees praying real loud.
But Kyra was stuck outside, trying to deliver David's parcel. The tornado was now an Ef3, generating winds of 165 miles per hour. The doors of the store were locked, and her only shelter was a drinks machine. In the carnage, nobody inside the store had any idea Kyra was out there.
The store was looked like it actually had a bomb go off in the front. I've never seen big metal beams twisted like a roller coaster rail. It's just unbelievable, the strength of this tornado.
It had grown into the biggest tornado in Louisiana's recorded history. But Kyra climbed up the debris without a single scratch.
Yeah, he was surprised. I think everyone was surprised because when I did come back there and I was like, is everyone okay? He was like, wait, where'd you come from? And I was like, I'm on the outside of the store. So I think everyone was like, you were where? But yeah, I know he was shocked. I was shocked.
To this day, I do not know how she did not get sucked into that storm.
At first I was like, oh God, I'm gonna die. I ran to the front door and I noticed that the doors were locked and the lights were out, and I was like, oh no, everyone's barricaded themselves already, in the back. So really I was about to run back to the truck, but when I turned around, there was nowhere to go because the tornado had already came and things were flying in the air, debris was already flying. So I thought about my kids, my parents, what were they gonna do if I didn't make it? And after those thoughts, it was just kind of like, okay, look around. What's coming your way? What can you dodge? Or is there anywhere that you can go to get safe? So I just stood beside the door in the soda machine and kind of just braced my arms between both of them to shield me from anything that was coming.
Just the whole front wall just pretty much exploded. And for her not to have a scratch is just a miracle.
Strangely, being so close to death has been a good experience for Kyra.
Changed my life in a lot of ways. I met a lot of nice people, a lot of great people, family, a lot of new friends. I think it's opened me up more to people, and I had a lot of anger in my heart, just for other reasons, you know, life reasons. And then like after the tornado, all that went away. It was like, it didn't even matter anymore.
We started talking and we just became real good friends. I mean, we stay in contact. We probably talk, you know, once or twice a week, or text, or, you know, just kind of keep in touch with each other.
Even if it seems like a bad situation, it's really not, because it was like a lesson, a learning tool, and an experience, and something that no one could ever in, you know, life give me. So I'm really excited about it.
But the tornado blew David's business away, causing damages of $900,000. Thankfully, he was insured.
Even though I only have a cement slab right now, you know, that's all material things. You know, I would have really been devastated if someone would have got hurt, much less killed throughout the whole ordeal. Again, I was more worried for safety of the people than, you know, the physical things. All that can be replaced.
I think it has opened my eyes about the weather. Man, Mother Nature's a beast, and she can do some horrible things.
Deadly weather tosses cars around like dinky toys. And yet, inside our four-wheeled fortresses, we often feel invincible. Meet the drivers who take on Mother Nature, armed only with their set of wheels. But who will win? In round one, nature launches an airborne assault with hail, but not as we usually know it. These are frozen cannonballs. Wow. For storm chaser Hank Scheimer, giant hail is an occupational hazard.
Here's the windshield. Oh, God, dang it.
But I think it's safe to assume that forking out hundreds of bucks for new windshields isn't the favorite part of his occupation. Sadly for Hank, after round one, it's weather 1, vehicle 0. Round 2 is in raining Australia. Fast cars, wet road. These Aussie drivers are probably ready for anything, except this. Tropical humidity makes Australia one of the most lightning-prone areas in the world. The lightning strikes just a few feet away, terrifying our driver. So, after round 2, it's weather 2, vehicle 0. Round 3. Thanks to severe flooding, Highway 18 in Sumter, South Carolina is now a river. So the last place you want to be in your vehicle is Highway 18 in Sumter, South Carolina.
What in the world?
Rain's lashing and floodwaters rising. Our family behind the camera can't decide whether this trucker is courageous or a man with nothing to lose.
That's what you call somebody who ain't got a family.
Why is he doing it? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, he just keeps on trucking. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Our trucker beats the flood and avoids the fate of a vehicle that wasn't so victorious. The score is now weather 2, vehicle 1, with 2 rounds to go. In round 4, the Russian driver of this parked car cannot be accused of seeing this weather event coming. A freakish gust of wind rips the roof off the building behind him and slams it down on top of his car while he's in it. At this point, it seems the vehicle has triumphed against all the odds. So convinced is our driver, he attempts to pull away. egged on by an astonished audience. But the weather isn't finished yet. Another gust sends the entire roof structure crashing down. Thankfully, the driver and the amazed onlookers escape just in time. But it's a knockout blow on the car and a literally crushing wind for deadly weather. For the final round of weather versus wheels, we stay in Russia. Bashkiria in the southern steppe is notorious for tornadoes. And this guy looks like he's trying to flee his home before a storm strikes. But he's obviously left it a bit late. The wind actually twists his car on the spot, perhaps so he can say goodbye to his garage. Please note, the walls of his garage are concrete, and they now look as if they're made of matchsticks. And the tornado isn't much kinder to his car either. The final score, weather 4, vehicle 1. So the next time you feel like taking on the weather with your car, damn it. Remember, 4 out of 5 storms in our survey will kick your ass. In this episode, we've seen Mother Nature at her wildest worst. We've seen how powerless we really are.
He's alive, he's alive.
And next time, there will be more, because weather stops for no one.